What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with another NIO update video, ticker symbol NIO, where we take a look at how NIO stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think NIO stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. So unfortunately, a pretty decent red day for NIO stock. We are down $6.47 on the day, which is about 13%. We are down, or excuse me, we are up 0.92% in the after hours, but we'll see if that holds going into tomorrow. So why are we down today? We're down on a mixed bag that we got with earnings. So, I mean, they were talking about being down 5.9% in pre-market. That turned into a 13% down day. Now, the market overall was down as well, so I don't think all of it is attributed to NIO having bad earnings, but I think a lot of it does end up, looking like that. So we talk about the reason why it is, part of it has to do with this. So they actually had an adjusted loss of 14 cents, which is a lot bigger, well, I guess 2x what the analysts were expecting with a loss of 7 cents. Revenue did go up to 1.2 billion, which is, pretty in line with the 1.01 billion. It is, 0.01 billion higher, but pretty in line, I'd say. The key here is it surged 133.2%, right? So that's the good news that we see here, is that surge of 133%. That being said, they did set records on records on records when it came to the number of deliveries. So we take a look at 17,000 deliveries in 2020, 7,225 in January, 5,578 in February, which I think one of you guys pointed out in the comment section that could be due to the Chinese New Year happening during that time, which is, definitely fair. So that was 352% and a 689% year-over-year growth. So great growth numbers, you guys. And I think the guidance is also looking up. So revenues expected to range between 1.13 to 1.16 billion. They got a price target increase from 44.70 to 54 from HSBC, but they ranked it a hold. I think if it can go to 54, to me, that implies a decent upside. So for me, it'd be a buy. But hey, who am I? I'm not an analyst working for a big bank, right? So that's what we're seeing here, you guys. Forecast is increasing. They're expecting increasing growth. They're expecting increasing revenue. Things are looking great. Unfortunately, though, they did miss on the earnings per share number, or earnings per ADS, I guess, number. That's why it fell. Revenue wasn't super out of the water, so it wasn't enough to bring it back. Now, typically, I'd say it was a sell the news, but there wasn't really a run up, right? If you take a look, we've been falling for a while, had one decent green day, and we gave up a lot of that, and then some, earlier today. So let's take a look at how it traded today, and it's kind of clear what we saw. Yesterday we were doing well. We were pushing above 50, going towards that 51.85, and then earnings happened, which took us, deep down here into the 46s, and we were flat to open, and then we, came down, pushed up, couldn't quite make it to 47s, and then broke below our 46 level again, went down to our 44s level, bounced, came below that, couldn't quite break right back in, fell, and then kind of bounced off of the 42.66, but not really, and then we pushed here into the close. So not a great trading day for NIO. I do like, however, that we had a little bit of a push up, and we are starting to push up in the after hours. What I don't like, obviously, is this fall from 47s all the way down to the 42.66s, and the gap that we have between the VWAP and where we are currently. So I don't like seeing this gap. Getting into the daily chart, what do I see? We are actually, again, at 34 RSI, so on the oversold side. If it gets below 30, that's definitely oversold, but getting there now. Let me talk about future levels of support, future levels of resistance, and then we'll talk about, where it could be headed as well. So first things first, I want to talk about the the first level of support that we see, which is if we keep going, that 42.38 line, and then if we keep going beyond that, the $40.71 line. So those are the two levels that I'm looking at for levels of support. Again, 42.38 and 40.71. On the other side though, we've got the 44.58. And then we've got these three really close levels in the 46.23, the 47.30s, and then the 48.09. So those are the levels that I'm looking at on the upside. Really what I'm hoping for, and again, it hasn't started yet, so I'm not gonna bet on it, but I'm hoping for this to kind of be the reaction to the earnings and we can start getting bought up again. That being said, the market today was weak as well. So for that to happen, we need a pretty strong market, and I think we can definitely push above mid 40s and hopefully make a run at 50s either late this week or sometime next week, assuming the markets stay normal and the markets stay healthy. So that's what I'm looking at from a level of support and resistance, you guys. Let me get rid of these drawings for just a sec, and I want to point out a couple other things. So if we take a look here, right, where we are today in the 42s is pretty darn close to that low point we got to next week. So keep in mind, we do have a little bit more of a run room down to the 41.66s. But if we take a look here right below it at the 40 level, that's the level that we were back here in early and mid-December. Remember that this mid-December was with an offering. So with an offering, we were $40, right? And that's where we dropped, found support and started to push up. So I'm hoping that, you know, there isn't much more downside. Again, this is totally a guess. No one knows what's going to happen. But to me, the downside, the max downside that I see could be down to the 40. But I think at that point, or, you know, really the 39.50s. But I think after that, it should start to push up. Whereas the upside from here to, you know, kind of the 50s even is pretty nice. And then, you know, if we get to 60s or the all-time high near the 66.99, that's just, you know, an amazing return on your money. So that's what I'm hoping for. Again, key thing here is that we are now below the 89 exponential moving average. I talk about that all the time. We got above it yesterday. We broke below it again. So I'm looking for that capture sometime this week as well. That's at the 47.38. So again, hoping that we can push up towards 47.38, take over that, and then that kind of sets us up for 50s. And then on the downside, I mean, we could still visit last week's low in the 41.66. Maybe if we see crazy weakness, we go back to 39.50s, that kind of the $40 mark. But beyond that, you know, we're already getting oversold, and I think it's sold off for a while now. So I'm hoping for a turnaround here. So hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to drop that like down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.